Well, this was fun. So I got a news alert regarding CLOV or Clover Health and how this is trending and has finally broken the resistance level. Now, I'm aware of the company for a long time as I've heard the stories about the short squeeze and the whole meme craze. But to be honest, I don't know much about the field or their business function. I mean, I understand that they are a healthcare company or they are a healthcare company and also have a Medicare contract, but I really don't know the real details of the business function. So I decided to stay on the sideline until today. Today, after I looked at their financial and looked at the chart for a bit, I decided to go in and buy 500 shares just so that it can be in my mind and I can follow it with what's going on in the company. So let me know in the comments how many shares you own and also what strike price you got, because I think I totally missed the boat on this one. So let me share my research and give you my plan with this stock. So what I have done is I have divided my research into multiple parts. We'll look at some of the major news that's covered by the media right now, and then we'll look at some of the fundamental news that's shared by the company. So if you head over to Google, all the news that you will see is how Reddit is how Clove is a Reddit love and it's a meme stock. So majority of the news is focused on Reddit or meme craze. But if you head over to their website, which is we are going to head over in just a second, you can see that there are two articles that were very exciting for me personally to read, as these two pieces of news made me a bit excited about the company and also to explore more. So the first article, which is right here, talks about athenahealth, which is opening door to Clover to integrate more deeply with Athena's network. Very bullish sign for the company's future. The second article, which is right here and I was excited about, is that they were presenting at the Wells Fargo Virtual Healthcare Conference on September 9th. Now, I'm recording this past 8 p.m. on September 9th, and I did hear a bit of the conference, and all I'm allowed to say that I'm very excited. Now, you can head over to their website, you can register and you can hear, and then you will understand what I mean when I said I'm only allowed to say this, because they clearly says you cannot share anything. Okay, so one of the other reasons given by the media is that Clove is a potential short squeeze candidate with 15% shares shorted. I don't think that is the case, as there are many more companies, or I should say there is a whole list of companies that has a high percentage of shares shorted or float shorted, which are much more capable of having a short squeeze as compared to CLOV. So matter of fact, CLOV was at 20% just a month ago, but now it's sitting at 15%. So their percentage has dropped. And I feel that we are not going to see a short squeeze anytime soon on CLOV. Now, another thing that I saw which was really shocking, and I think I'm sure Wall Street is also confused about that, is that if you head over to Google Trends, CLOV is trending a lot higher than Clover Health, which a customer for the company or the services would search instead of CLOV. For the past 1 year, you can see that Clove or CLOV as a stock symbol is much more popular than Clover Health. Now, in just last 30 days, this is CLOV, the blue is CLOV. You can see that it's bumping all over the place in the last 1 month as compared to Clover Health, which has a very, very straight line. So to me, this is not a good sign, because people are just looking for the stock. They're not looking for the company or their services, or their search is not very high. So it's not very popular. So in my opinion, the surge is not due to any fundamentals changing in the company, but simply run up to the two pieces of article maybe that we just read earlier, or maybe some other reason. So the question is, why did I decide to put my money on something if fundamentals have not changed? Here's my reason. One thing I noticed, that all their press releases kept touting that they are a technology company. And anytime I hear the word technology, I know that the growth potential for the company is huge, as they can integrate with many other services if they execute it well. So I went over to LinkedIn right here, and I pulled up how many employees do they have and what kind of growth in employees are we seeing here. So as you can see that they have a very, very, I would say, flat growth, which is exciting, because you don't want to see all of a sudden high up and then all of a sudden high down. So 44% 1-year growth, 21% 2-year growth, 19% 6-month growth. These are good numbers, especially in pandemic time. These are amazing numbers. So they have a decent job growth. Now, if you pay attention to the second image, which I'm about to show you, this is where things get really exciting. So in the second image, they basically break it down on what kind of jobs they were hiring more. And as you can see, in the last 3 months, they have hired 40% in information technology as compared to 35% in the last 6 months. That means in the last 3 months, their effort for information technology or tech job have increased. So then I head over to the charts and look at what chart is telling us. So by looking at the chart, we can tell right here, I'm going to blow it, that CLOV has a very, very strong support at about 720. And right here, the blue line that you see is 720. And we have seen in the past that stock has actually touched it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost 5 or 6 times stock has come close to 720. Now this is where, because I bought some shares, this is where I'll set my stop loss for this particular stock. I don't usually like to set stop losses because again, the stock can do a flash crash and then you will miss out, because look what happened with ADA just a few days ago. If I had a stop loss, I would have sold all my ADA. It just bounced back within minutes. So that's why. But this stock is different because I don't know much about the fundamentals or I don't know much about the company. I'm going to set up a stop loss over here. And if it dips below 720, then we know that the next stop could be about 630. That has been the lowest it has gone, or maybe further down, and I don't want to take that chance. Another reason, look at CLOV's past earnings. So CLOV went public on January 2nd or January 9th of 2021. So when CLOV went public at that time, they have released a total of 3 earnings. This was Q4 of 2020, this was Q1 of 2021, and this is Q2 of 2021. Now, the implied move, which is right here for Q3 of 2021, is pretty high. That means Wall Street is expecting 20% up or down. This is pretty big number, 20% up and down. Now, let's say that Q3 didn't come out right and the stock went down 20%. Now, last time it kind of matched with what Wall Street were expecting and actually went positive, and it actually had 20 or actually 10% up after the earnings came out. So let's say that if earnings comes out and there's a 20% move. Now, 20% move from the current price level is going to put it at my stop loss. So I'm fine because that's where I'm setting the stop loss there again. Now, if we have 20% upside move, then we are talking about the price, which is really exciting, around $11.50 to $12. That is the price where I will be adding some more covered calls, or I will be basically selling the stock for now until I learn more about the stock. So another reason why I decided to enter today especially is right here. So today the stock broke the resistance level right here, and that was one of the news flash that I got, and that made me start looking at the stock here. So in past it has gotten close to that number but has always went downwards, but today it crossed that 950 mark, and that was another bullish sign for me, enough for me actually to take a quick position on this stock because I really wanted to see what the stock will do. Now comes the juicy part. Where do I see this stock move? So if they turn out to be a true tech or health company, then this company has a very long and bright future. And that is why few analysts are predicting that this company will have amazing next 3 years. Take a look at this. So 2 analysts are predicting that this company will have close to $3 billion in revenue by end of 2023, which is really, really exciting. That means stock is going to go much higher where it is sitting right now. Now we can see some pain in the short term. Absolutely. I just did a video on what the market is telling us. That's why I only started off with a very small position, because I wanted to get a feel of the stock, learn more about the filings, learn more about the company fundamentals, and then decide if I want to play big on this stock or wait for that major red day. So again, as I mentioned earlier, in honest opinion, I opened this trade today because I wanted to learn more about the company, but I could see myself opening more long-term trade in the near future as I get to know more about them and when I study few of their SEC filing. Until then, I'm going to have fun with the stock. Just yesterday, as I mentioned, I did a video on market condition, and this is one of the stocks that I might decide to go in big when we see a major red day. And if you haven't watched that video, then I'm going to link it up here. Do check it out, and it has some very good information for the coming months or the coming weeks for the stock market. Hope I provided some value in today's video, and if you like the video, then consider subscribing, as a lot of our viewers are not subscribed, and hit the like button so we can reach out to more CLOV lovers. As always, thank you for joining me. Love you all. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.